project prepared by MOROGORO. Today we are going to see map reading and map interpretation, which is the topic found in Form 3, and subtopic which we are going to see today is concept of map reading, essential element of map reading, specific objectives. By the end of the period, I expect the students to define map and map reading, again to explain essentials element of the map. We can ask ourselves, what does the word map means? A map is defined as a representation of entire area or a portion of the Earth's surface on a flat surface, but this one should be drawn on scale. Another definition, we can say that a map is a scaled representation of all or part of the Earth's surface on the flat surface. This flat surface is like a piece of paper, a wall, a surface, a floor, or any other flat object. This is where a map can be drawn. But mind you that a map should be drawn using a scale. Map reading. We have to know the meaning of map reading. Map reading, this is the skill of being able to recognize symbols and signs used in or on a map. Now, once you manage to recognize symbols, to recognize signs which are used on a map, now there you are doing map reading. You are reading the map because you interpret what the symbol means, what the signs means. In map reading, there are various types of map. And these various types of map, the types of map can be shown depending, or can be chosen, can be taken, depends on why he or she needs it, why the one needs it. Mostly, we can categorize the maps into two, that is topographical maps and statistical maps. Now, what are these topographical maps? What are these topographical maps? Topographical maps, these are maps used to describe various physical features of a given area. It is used to describe various physical features of a given area. It shows all different physical landscapes which is found in a certain area. In this, it describes, it talks about natural features and man-made features. The natural features are like mountains, like valleys, like plateaus. These are natural features. But man-made features are like buildings, roads, etc. All these could be found in topographical maps. Statistical maps, these are maps which shows the distribution of certain aspects or certain phenomena, such as temperature, rainfall, settlement, vegetation, population distribution. All these are within statistical maps. Why do we think that it is important for us to study map reading? Why it is important for us to study map reading? Map reading is very important as maps are representing the real world on small scale. The real world which we know will be represented on a small scale. so as to be easy for various viewers to see and to learn on it. But again, geographical maps provides important information on rocks needed for construction activities. Therefore, these constructors will know which rocks are suitable for construction activities or construction purposes. But again, maps is used to locate possible areas where various resources are found. For instance, it locates where minerals are being located, it locates where we can get oil, it locates where other fossil fuels are obtained. Again, map is used in data collection. It is used to collect data. From map, researchers may collect various data pertaining a subject of his or her interest. But also, maps are used to describe climatic condition of a given area. Now you can have a map explaining the climatic condition of a certain area. Now from there, learners or viewers will understand the climatic condition of that area. But again, maps figures out where various things located, various items located. For instance, someone has never reached the Mount Kilimanjaro, but in his or her knowledge, he knows where Mount Kilimanjaro is located. Why? Because he or she may use the map to identify where this Mount Kilimanjaro is located. But again, maps shows various things. From the map, you can see, you can view various things from it. Again, it helps hydrologists to know where to drill water. Not any place is suitable for drilling water. For instance, you wanted to drill a well. Now, those hydrologists will take a map, hydrological map, which shows where water is found within the earth's surface. Now from there, they will drill well on those areas and possibly they can get water from that area. But also, a map can be used by travelers, sailors, and pilots to show the direction on where they are going. Even though the one have never reached to the point before, but using the map, it is possible for the one to reach to the destination area because the map will guide him or her to the place where he or she is going. Another advantage or importance of map reading is that maps, topographical maps, may assist civil engineers the best places to construct roadways. Not all places are suitable for construction of roadways. There are some obstacles which may hinder construction of roadways. For instance, in a very high-raised area or a very high-raised mountain, that one will act as an obstacle for construction. Now, by viewing topographical maps, by studying topographical maps, now these engineers will know suitable places to construct roads. Then, the map showing drainage is useful for agricultural activities. Why? Because they may indicate possible sources of water, because in that map shows various drainage system which is available on that area. Perhaps there is a lake, perhaps there is an ocean or rivers flowing over that area. Therefore, from there, those who are dealing with agriculture will know that this area is suitable for agriculture, because even though there is no rain, I can irrigate my crops because there is maybe a river flowing over the area, or maybe there is a lake on that area, so as I can use that water to irrigate my crops. But also, weather and climatic maps are useful to those who are interested also in agriculture, as they can plan what type of crop to be grown on a certain area and which type of crops and at what time the crop to be planted on that area, but also which type of livestock keeping should be taking place on that area. For example, in areas with very heavy rainfall, livestock keeping is somehow difficult because those animals, let us say cattle, are not, they cannot resist on places where there is very heavy rainfall. Instead of free grazing, now these farmers will decide to conduct zero grazing instead of letting their animals moving here and there, where they will be impacted with the climatic condition. Now those are the importance of studying the map. Now let us see what are the essentials elements of the map. On the map there are various essentials which must be seen on that map. The first essential of a map is a title. This one is a title. For example, you can have a map, a sheet map of Arusha town showing relief features. Now why the map should contain a title? A map should contain a title. It gives out the intention of cartographer. Why cartographer decided to prepare such type of a map. For instance, here in our example, we are saying that this map is a sheet of Arusha town, show the relief of the area, relief features. Therefore, the intention of that cartographer is to show the relief features of Arusha town. Another element which is essential to be seen on a map is key. Now when you see here, there is a key. This key is very essential because the key interprets symbols and designs used on the map. For instance, here there is this signs. This is signs. Now in order to understand what are these, you have to go to the map. Here you can find that, oh, this is a crater. Now from there, you as a reader, you will understand, Arusha, in Arusha, when I go there, I also find a crater because crater have been shown on that map. But also, a map should contain a scale. Now at here down, you can see scale. This is RF scale and this is linear scale. Now in this map, there are two types of scale which is shown there, RF scale and linear scale. Now why it is important for a map to have a scale? It is important for a map to have a scale because scale shows the relationship between the actual distance or the ground distance and the map distance. Now the map distance will be indicated in the scale, that it shows the relationship between a map distance and the actual distance. Therefore, it is important to have a scale. Another essential element of a map is the margin. These lines, these are the margin. Now, the margin is important because it shows the demarcation of the mapped area. It is important so as to show the demarcation of the mapped area. But also, within the map, needs to have compass direction or north direction. Now, the compass direction is very important because it shows where the true north is, the orientation of the map. But also, the map contains a sheet map. You see here, this is sheet 55/3. A sheet map is very important, but also we need to have the author of that map, the author or publisher of the map. But lastly, we need to have time when the map have been taken. The time is very important because following the changes which is taking place in the world, you may find that if the time is not indicated there, one can fail to recognize the place, because perhaps formerly the area were covered by thick forest. But when those forests have been cleared, then your cartographer produce another map on the same area. That map would not be the same as the former one, because formerly there was forest covered the area, but recently the forests have been cut. Therefore, the area is empty. It is bare. Therefore, it is important to indicate when that map is or was taken or prepared. Now, these are explanation of essentials of the map. As I said, scale, this is the ratio between map distance and the actual or ground distance. And I said that the map is, therefore we can say that the map scale equals to map distance over actual distance or ground distance. Scale is the amount that an area or distance has been reduced in order to be included in the map. We need to have a scale so as to reduce the area to fit on the pieces of paper. Otherwise, we could not have a map. For example, you may have a scale indicating 1:100,000, which means that 1 centimeter on a map representing 100,000 centimeters on the ground. This is the meaning. Therefore, this one is the map distance and this one is the actual or ground distance. Scale should be presented in the same unity. That's why here I said that 1 centimeter on the map representing 100,000 centimeters on the ground. Means the centimeters are unit. They are presented on the same unit. The map title, as I shown you in the diagram there, providing important clues, the cartographer's intention and goals. What is the cartographer's intention is there on the title. If it is the map of maybe Morogoro region showing maybe relief features, it should be indicated there. Simply, we can say title gives information on what the map is showing. Compass direction. As I said before that compass direction is an idea about the orientation of the map, especially in identifying where the north direction is. Compass reading is north drawn at the top, and also west is at the left, east is at the right, and the south is at the base of the map. This helps us to rotate the map until it faces the actual direction where you are positioning. Therefore, once you have that compass direction, it should be twisted until it shows where the actual direction where you are positioning. The compass may be depicted as a compass rose or cross-like shape. If nothing is mentioned on that compass, the top of the map is presumed to be the north. Now this is an example of a compass direction. This is, as I said, that at the top this is the north, at the right hand side this is the east, Left hand side, this is the west, and at the base, it is shown as this one is indicating the 1000 position. A key is important, as I told you that it denotes particular symbols. It explains particular symbols and signs used on the map. It shows the users what different symbols means. It defines symbols and signs used on the map. Frame or margin, as I said, this is the bordered line. I showed you that the bordered line around the map. They show the demarcation of the map. And also date shows when the map was drawn. It helps to show the landscape with the time, because during the time goes, even the landscape gets the landscape changes due to various human activities. The last is sheet number. As I shown you in the last slide, that all maps possesses number and serial number, like 49/2. These are numbers and serial numbers. But lastly, needs to have author's name or publisher. Now, those are the essentials element of the map. But the major essentials element of the maps are 5, which are title, scale, key, compass direction, and the margin. These are the major essentials of the map. Thank you very much. Now, for the first part, let me end here. But there, I have provided questions. These questions, some are multiple choice, some are true and false, some need short answers. For instance, here, you can ask yourself, what are the topographical maps? Topographical maps are maps which shows, you have to find the answer there. But the question number 2, which of the following is the true statement about the scale? Also, you need to find the answer there. But also, the third one is to write T for the true statement and F for the false statement. That a map is a scaled representation of an entire or part of the Earth's surface on a flat surface. If you think that the answer is true, you say that it is T. If you think the answer is false, you put F there. Statistical maps shows landforms. Now also, you have to decide which is the correct answer. Compass direction is depicted by a compass needle. Also, this one is an answer. With the example, describe the major essentials of the map. Now you have to describe major essentials of the map as I have taught you today. Thank you very much. You are warmly welcome. Now let us see to the coming period.